any of this about what's going
Beyonce is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great.
If you take people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the they gonna stand up for our people?
When you buck, they buck harder, and they make threats, and those threats are huge ones.
No, right? Do you think that Beyonce would do that for publicity, or maybe she genuinely feels it?
Art is art, and it's definitely an expression of self, often true.
Often true.
Time is running out for the Carters. First, Jay-Z's name popped up in the newly released Epstein files from the DOJ. And then 50 Cent logged in to expose and drag not just Jay, but also Beyonce, who's been completely silent on this whole Epstein thing. 50 took to social media to say he might just have to do a full documentary on this alleged connection between Jay and Epstein, which means Beyonce would definitely have to be part of that conversation. And that's when the domino effect started. Every celebrity who had ever hinted that Beyonce might not be who she presents herself to be in public are now coming out again. So let's talk receipts. First, Jaguar Wright. Jaguar has repeatedly accused Beyonce and Jay-Z of being protected by powerful industry connections. In multiple interviews over the last few years, she claimed that certain artists were silenced or sidelined for crossing the Carters. And then she also implied that Beyonce's image is heavily controlled behind the scenes, calling her the Illuminati's chosen one. Jaguar pointed out how, for years, people have been conditioned to see Beyonce as a queen, and even fellow celebs were trained to basically worship her.
Something's off here. These people are being trained to worship this person, to honor her above their selves. Why? What's so special about her? What aura? Tusi? This is aura. This is her aura. On a jumbotron at a basketball game in real time. Her sister trying everything within her, from all of the ancestors, from every plantation they got, violated on, whooping her husband ass, and she rocking back and forth.
And Jag isn't lying about this whole cult of Beyonce worship. How else do you explain all these artists always thanking Beyonce when they win awards? Almost like they're scared something will happen if they don't mention her.
It's of my life is Beyonce in this album for me. I appreciate that, and all us artists here, we fucking adore you. You are our light.
You are our light? Honestly, that sounds creepy as hell.
The Grammy goes to Lizzo for About That Love.
She knows.
Beyonce, whoo!
She knows.
I also have to say thank you to Beyonce. Just thought what did you say? Everybody, Beyonce, you got great music. We all love to dance to it.
I want to say I'm a country artist, and the fact that Beyonce made a country record changed the game. So thank you.
It really makes you wonder what kind of power Beyonce holds that all those celebs thank her and literally humiliate themselves in front of her. It honestly feels like this goes way deeper than Beyonce just hating her competition. And speaking of competition, we gotta talk about all those talented artists who tried to warn us about Beyonce, only to get blacklisted and called crazy. First, there's Keri Hilson. It all started back in 2009 when a track leaked online that fans believe was Keri dissing Beyonce, called Turning Me On. Keri never actually said Beyonce's name, but fans were convinced that these lyrics were about her. Your vision cloudy if you think that you the best. You can dance, she can sing, but need to move it to the left. And then the drama heated up even more at the Soul Train Music Awards when Keri refused to take a picture holding a Juicy magazine cover featuring Beyonce and Jay-Z.
You wanna hold the magazine? Just shout out Juicy Mag.
And even though Beyonce never publicly addressed Keri at all, rumors started flying that she quietly used her influence in the industry to make things harder for her. On top of that, the Beehive went all the way in, dragging Keri online and even heckling her in real life. It got so intense that Keri had to come out and basically beg people to leave her alone. She wrote, "You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal strangers all day long. Enough is enough." Over the next few years, Keri pretty much kept her head down and tried to distance herself from the drama. But if we're being honest, her career never really bounced back the way people expected. Then in 2020, she finally broke her silence in an interview. She said she felt pressured into recording that Beyonce diss verse and claimed that during the peak of the backlash, she was getting serious threats.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder and they make threats. And those threats are huge ones. And you know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice. It was do this or this.
But Keri wasn't the only one. Remember Blue Cantrell, the woman Jay-Z allegedly named his firstborn child after? Her story is even more intense than what happened to Keri Hilson, because after Blue was accused of having an affair with Jay-Z, she had some sort of a breakdown and later claimed someone tried to poison her with gas. Back in 2014, Blue was spotted running through the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m. and ranting about people trying to kill her until police took her into custody for psychological evaluation. And according to eyewitnesses, Blue was screaming about someone giving her poisonous gas. And after that scary incident, Blue completely disappeared from the spotlight. Her label dropped her, and since then, no producer wanted to work with her. What's also weird is that just months before that incident in Santa Monica, Blue announced she was working on her new album independently. But here we are, over a decade later, and Blue vanished from the industry. So what really happened? Was it just bad luck in industry politics? Or was there something else going on behind the scenes? Well, many fans have questioned whether Beyonce had any involvement in that scary incident and Blue's sudden disappearance from the spotlight. A lot of people online seem to think there's more to the story, including Jaguar Wright, who recently called on Blue to come forward and speak on what she experienced during that time.
Blue. The first Blue. Not they daughter Blue. Blue Cantrell. You were singing Boo. And you made a choice to work with someone, and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me, just like he did Elle, just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly, just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah.
Now, whenever another female artist even hinted that Beyonce has a dark side, they were quickly labeled as bitter and jealous. But see, it wasn't just fellow singers who made these types of allegations. It's also people who worked closely with Beyonce for years and who had nothing to gain from exposing her. Remember Beyonce's former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, who accused Beyonce of extreme witchcraft? Kimberly never tried to sell her story to the tabloids or do any interviews with gossip bloggers. Instead, she filed a lawsuit against Beyonce, alleging disturbing behavior, including witchcraft and harassment.
This has been going on since 2006, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I loved them. I'd send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, just all kinds of.
The case was later dismissed, and allegedly, Kimberly was blacklisted and banned from working in the industry. But that lawsuit is real. It happened, and critics of Beyonce often cite it as an example of someone from inside her camp speaking out. And again, this wasn't a one-off. Other people who worked with Beyonce have also hinted at things like witchcraft and some occult practices. During Beyonce's Renaissance tour, her former dance captain, Ashley Everett, was caught liking a post that said people who listen to Beyonce are entertaining demons. On top of that, there have also been allegations of Beyonce and Jay-Z being closely affiliated with the controversial artist and rumored Hollywood high priestess Marina Abramovich.
Not many 67-year-olds would be dancing with Jay-Z, but celebrity America fates Abramovich. Lady Gaga is her protege. Here they are practicing the so-called Abramovich method, explained as exercises to heighten awareness in the moment.
Then of course there are people like Cat Williams and D.L. Hughley as well, who have warned us time and time again that the Carters are putting up a fake image but are selling out their culture. When Jay-Z was mentioned in that lawsuit filed by one of Diddy's accusers, Jay-Z quickly released this long statement denying any wrongdoing and talking about his moral code and how he's always been about protecting children. But DL wasn't convinced. He reminded everyone that Diddy also denied any wrongdoing with Cassie until that hotel footage surfaced.
So I think Jay-Z's tone was exactly, but see, I saw Puffy say the same shit and then a video came out.
Yeah. Then of course there is Nicki Minaj, who has openly called Jay for being a PDF, exposing Beyonce for having something to do with Aaliyah and accused her of doing satanic rituals to maintain control. So now all these stories, from Jaguar Wright exposing Beyonce worship, Keri Hilson speaking on getting serious threats, Blue Cantrell disappearing after that scary incident, Beyonce's dancers talking about witchcraft and demons, all of that is resurfacing now that 50 Cent has Jay-Z and Beyonce trending over these Epstein files. And now fans are starting to wonder if this is the beginning of the end of Beyonce's carefully controlled image. But let me hear your thoughts. Is 50 Cent finally opening the door for the truth to come out about Beyonce? Do you think Beyonce knew about Jay-Z's alleged ties to Epstein before the files came out? And does this make her complicit? Drop all your comments below and don't miss this next video.